My wife just deleted all of our bloopers. If you have questions, thoughts, just even something, just let us know. We'll answer them. How the baby was conceived? We remember. I remember the night.
Okay, so. I don't know what part. I'm probably just gonna edit all this out.
Great, yeah, this all sucks.
Yeah.
Edit it all out.
All right, guys, we are going to jump right back into story time. Okay, so at this point, she probably tells you need to grab a shoelace.
She tells me I need to grab a shoelace, and I can't remember if I ran out right away. Here, it gets a little foggy in this part of the story because I think I ran and grabbed a shoelace. I didn't get two because I lost one. I don't know where it went. I still can't find it. So yeah, so I went and get the shoelace. I come back to the bathroom, and at this point, Desiree's like, I'm talking to the dispatcher, so I'm telling her, hey, the baby's coming, the baby's coming. And Desiree's like, no, the head is out, the head is out. And I'm not an expert per se, but the head was not out. So Desiree thinks the head is out. I'm pretty sure the head isn't out, but at the same time, she's telling me it's out, so I want to believe that the head is out because she's telling me that. Did you think the head was out?
Yes, that's what I was saying, the head is out. I was pushing. I had been pushing because my body was just telling me to push, so I was pushing, and I felt something, and it felt like the head. I don't know if I guess it wasn't all the way out. I mean, I just felt her head, and so I was saying the head is out.
At some point, the head does come out, and this is the point where I'm truly terrified. There's no other way to explain it.
It's still just us, paramedics.
It's still not there. At this point, I throw the phone down because I had told the dispatcher, at this point, I was sure the head was out. But the thing that was freaking me out is that the head wasn't like out. It was still in the sack, which I couldn't figure out because with our other kids, I didn't remember if they were in a sack or not. But I was like, man, this isn't good. And so my first inclination is like, they're in the sack, the baby can't breathe. That's what I thought. But they're connected to the umbilical cords, so they can't breathe. Thank goodness. Again, men out there, I would maybe tip number 4, just like remember that the baby, I like thought Hosanna was drowning because she was in the sack. Like, and that really led, I will say that.
You thought she was drowning?
Well, that really led to my anxiety. I thought she couldn't breathe. She was in the sack. And I thought as soon as they hit out of the sack, they gotta be out. Like when they come out, they have to be out of the sack so they could breathe air. Yeah, you probably didn't know that. But that's led to a high amount of anxiety because the baby's head is still in an orifice of liquid. And so, yeah, that freaked me out. It freaked me out. And at this point, I had told the dispatcher, the head is out. She said, is the head out? Yes, the head is out. Is the head out? Yes, the head out. And then she asked me again. I was like, leave me alone. I said it in a different way, but I said, be quiet. I might have said shut up, which is terrible. And I chucked the phone down. I was done with her. Because I told her the head was out 4 times. My wife is screaming. I think my baby's drowning. And the lady on the other end of the phone didn't hear me say 3 times the head is out. I mean, it's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is, I would say,
our baby was drowning.
The pinnacle of my terrification. My terrified. This was the pinnacle of when I was terrified.
That is when you heard Elena, right?
Yeah, so then Elena walks in the front door.
He had previously, I don't know when this happened, but he had previously ran downstairs to unlock the door. Good thinking.
Yes.
So that she could just walk.
I actually unlocked the door and opened it.
So the door was open.
Could you imagine if someone would
have walked in? It's whatever. Everything was fine. So she came in. Jake sprints.
No, she comes in because if you remember from the first one, doesn't remember that the baby's actually coming.
Yeah, she thinks she's coming to
watch our kids. So she walks in.
She was gonna just.
And so she opens the door and goes, "Hello," and I go, "Get up here right now!" I scream at her.
Get up here right now!
I just scream at her. She drops everything, sprints up the stairs, and I think it's an important part of the story to tell. She threw everything she had, just like me. So
she's like at the top of the steps and takes in. Throws, obviously I don't see any of this, I'm on the bathroom floor, like throws her keys,
throws her stuff on, and what I realize is a natural reaction of folks when a baby is coming is to throw things. That's what you do, because you need to, that's the moment. So I went to go get a shoelace. I didn't look because I heard the sirens coming, but I walked around the corner and I whipped the shoelace at Elena. I didn't even look, I just threw it at her.
Yeah, and so the baby was actually already born at that point.
Correct.
He didn't even know. So he had gone to find another shoelace. Elena came in like 30 seconds after she came in, pushed the baby. She was amazing, so encouraging. She's like, you got this. Come on, baby girl. You got this. You got this. I pushed the baby out. She caught the baby. She was still in her sack. We had to like rip her sack off of her, which was crazy. Me and Elena were both sitting there just like ripping her sack off of her. I just wanted to hear her cry at that point. So you had come around, thrown the shoelace because he heard the paramedics coming. So he just threw the shoelace in and ran to get them, but the baby was already born. He had no idea.
Which is crazy because it only took like, this is why it happened so fast. 20 seconds. I came around, literally I got the shoelace and you already had the baby.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So we rip her sack off. Elena's like rubbing her back really hard. She's like, come on, baby, come on, cry, let me hear you cry. And she's like slapping her back a lot. And then she lets out this big, just this like big wail. We all just like take a deep breath and sigh. I'm like, good job, good job.
So at this point, I find the dispatcher again. Somehow I picked up my phone and talked to her. She's still in the loop at this point, but obviously like there's a disconnect from when the baby was actually born because she didn't talk to you. And so I asked her where the paramedics were at in a very nice town again. And then I heard this. I was like, thanks for your help. And I hung up. I sprint down the stairs, the doors open, and I see a fire truck and a paramedic. And I still didn't at this point realize that the baby was born. So in my mind, I'm like,
right.
Let's go. We walk all the way up the stairs. Mind you, all 4 kids are still asleep.
Still sleeping.
As I'm coming around the corner, the baby is crying and Elena's just rubbing the baby's back. That's what I see as I'm coming around the corner. They go, oh, the baby's born. It's like, yeah. Thanks, guys. Where the heck were you?
They were just like a little frazzled, maybe.
They said they've only seen it one time before.
Yeah. Just, you could tell that's not their job. That's not what they do. So they were kind of just like, oh, okay. How you doing, Mom? How are things going? How you feeling? Okay, baby's here. Okay. You want to hand us the baby? And we were like, no, the baby is like attached to my insides. Like, no, we can't hand you the baby. Like, can I hold her? And they're like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Keep the baby warm.
Keep the baby warm. They were super kind, but
super
you could
nice,
just tell.
just not really knowledgeable of what was going on.
Yeah, not their jobs.
So they come in, so they do get smart. They get her a foil blanket to keep the baby warm. They clip the umbilical cord, and so there's just some little minor details in there, such as there's afterbirth all over.
Yeah, like all over the floor. Elena, bless her heart. First of all, it was like her dream to deliver a baby. She loves all things childbirth. Like, she was meant to be a midwife or a doula, and like this was her absolute dream.
I'm still thankful she was there.
It was her delivering my baby.
Thank the Lord.
Yes, amazing. So she's like covered in afterbirth and like just blood and nastiness. Elena, love you.
So they get Desiree like on this tarp thing and they carry her down our stairs because we're on a second floor. It's just hard to get her out. So they carry her out, get her on the stretcher. And at this point, you can actually see this on Live Rescue, which is the television show that was recording it, which you guys can go watch that video.
Surprise.
But yeah, so we come out of the house, we see cameras everywhere, and at this point, I already knew about the cameras. What they were, right? Most people would have been shocked by people videotaping, but about 2 weeks before, we had a car accident out front of our house, and they were out there recording as well. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is great. We got cameras here, and Desiree gets into the ambulance, and then I give her, I'm holding the baby at this point wrapped up in foil. I give her the baby. I get in a van to drive behind her, and the rest you can see live.
And that is Hosanna's birth story.
There it is, guys.
Probably, I hope it will not ever be topped, right? Let's hope that story is never topped.
Yes, I would agree with that statement. No topping to that story.
Yeah. All right.
All right, guys. Well, have a great night or day or morning, depending on when you're watching this. Let's do like our signing off. Sleep tight, Seattle. Many blessings to you and your families. Signing off, St. Louis.